everything, all round excellence, not just one sided excellence, but all round excellence. And it has been my nature. I hate mediocrity as I hate anything that I hate, as it were. I want to welcome everyone once again. Today we're having my story, my reality. My story, my reality. I know that in this space, we have really, really helped a lot of people to discover themselves. I intentionally made up my mind that this is not just going to be all the story of wow, woo, woo, wow. It's also a story of achievement and success. That was why we did that of last Tuesday. We just brought someone that has been able to weather some storms in her life, and her story has become her reality. She has seen the travail of her soul and she's satisfied. She has seen the pain that comes with wanting to be different, wanting to be unique, wanting to be outstanding, and the difference is clear now. So it was her story and her reality. Today, I'm coming from another dimension. It's going to be a little bit of wow, wow, woo, because she's my guest is going to be talking. I know her terrain, I know where she's good at, but she just felt let's start dealing with issues of her relationship, her lifestyle, what happened to her, how she was able to navigate her life story. I'm going to get my guest into the house shortly. And of course, she's going to introduce herself. Where's my guest? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? I saw her just now. Okay, I've seen her. Yeah, okay. Tell her to do what? Send me a request. So my guest, Afeitolu or Nogorua, please send me a request. Send me a request then to join. Then I will accept you. Send me a request if you're watching. Um, Send me a request. She's not sending a request yet. Okay, I think I'm just following her now, right? I'm just following her now. So you can say, okay, she has done that. No, she has not. Send me a request. If you have joined me, just send. I just joined her now. She has sent me. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, I got it. Welcome. She's going to be with me shortly. Join, join, join. Where are you? Go live with her. Yeah. Wow, wow, woo, woo, woo. Finally, 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 we're here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I really want the world to know that there are people when they just stumble on you or you stumble at them or you meet with them, it changes a narrative or a course of your life. Meeting with her, in all fairness, I'm not too proud to let people know who has helped me in one area of or the other in my whole life. I remember I was battling with blood pressure, I was battling with arthritis, I was battling with cholesterol, I was battling with what again? And I went somewhere. I wanted to get this water, normal, alkaline water, and somebody just mentioned her to me. I said, "Well, I've heard about Forever Living products for a very long time, but everybody discouraged me. Like it's like you're going to be taking drugs forever, that kind of thing." And I just said, okay, let me just. I just wanted this freedom because I remember I used it, and this arthritis went, and so I felt, let me just let me shall just get her. Who is this person? Then I said they have one person that she's passionate about Forever Living products, and I met with her, and she just changed the whole course of my life. The rice I should not eat, the exercise I must do, the food, the kind of fish. I just changed, and look at me at 62. If they are writing the history of my wellness, I would still write a page, maybe some phrases, because I met you. Thank you so much for that encounter I had about how many years? Like 3 or 4 years ago now. 3 years ago. And today I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself. The way I was swimming today, I said, Funke, you have become a pro. No marks yet, it's still pro. Thank you so much for making that impact in my life. And I felt, a unique woman has several shades. Her life has different shades too, like my life, So when I felt, okay, she should be here for her story and her reality, probably not in the area of business now, maybe whatever she wants to. She has her segments, her story and her reality is in segments, is in phases. And I love people that are real, that are natural, that would let us see, not masking. We are living in a generation where people just cover up everything, and they're making you to feel that if you are going through challenges, that you're abnormal, your life is in trouble because you're going through storms. But the truth is, the rich also cry. And because we don't do parties for people that are suffering, some people don't even know that the person that they assume is okay is the chairman of suffering itself. So definitely, her lives are in faces and in shades. She has a shade of her life that she wants to share with us today on this platform. Please share. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. So splash it everywhere and let the whole world know that we have a guest here who is ready to share with us. Okay, she has to accept us again. What happened? I should accept her again. What happened? I saw her now. Okay, so what happened? I've seen her. She's already. Are you there? Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Okay, she should network. Okay, maybe she should go off and come back again. Can we chat her, please? She can go and come back because she's frozen. It's like I've said a lot and I don't want to change what I've said. I don't want to go out. So let her go off and come back again. Wow, it's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to have a good time today. I'm very sure of that. Yes, let me have you can go out and come back again. She should rejoin, right? Where is she? Okay, send a request again. Okay, she has done that. Okay, I've accepted that. Are you hearing me now? Okay. Finally, because I saw you were frozen, but I've said a lot of things about you. I've talked about how we met. I've talked about changing my lifestyle because of you. I've said that, in the University of Problems, there are no professors, that people have their shades of challenges. And we live in a generation that masks, that make people think, you have to be up and about, and it's just all cosmetic. Because if you in the I was saying it that if you think you don't have a problem, people that you are thinking or you are envying and you think everything is up and about for them, it's because we don't do parties for those that are suffering. You don't know the person you are envying is the chairman of suffering herself or himself. So that's how life is. Like I told them, I said your life has different shades, different segment, different parts. And the truth is, we are here to just talk about our story and our reality. If anybody listens to you, somebody that is probably going through that, or is still going to go through that, or is on his journey to that path, they can always take energy and strength from you and keep surviving whatever the situation they found themselves. So I won't introduce you. Introduce yourself and let's take off. Let's take off. Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Good evening, friends. Good evening, Auntie. I'm glad to be here. My name is Fayintola Onoborua. People call me Coach FO. I'm 57 now. I've been a wellness coach in the last 26 years. That is 1999. And it's been a beautiful journey. It's been a beautiful life. I happen to be somebody who know what I want from my early years because my mom died in my hands when I was 16. She retired as a teacher and died 6 months after. She was 52. She had diabetes for 3 years before then. I was the one nursing her, and that exposed me to hospital environment. I also observed that yes, people are sick, they take drugs, but it's like they keep going in and out of hospital. Yet there are other things that we can do. So because of that, I was recruited into the Nigerian Air Force when I was 18 in final year in School of Nursing. I served for 7 years and I started asking myself question. Am I not traveling on the same path that my mother went? What will I do so that I don't end up at the same point of retiring into nothing? Because that was the way I saw it. So I made up my mind that I'm not going to allow other people be the deciding factor of what will happen in my life. So that was it. At 25, I entered my first marriage. I've married twice and I'm out twice. So it's I've been in the business space now for 32 years. So I love to talk to people about business. I love to talk to people about wellness. And relationship matters has been a sensitive issue for me. The first thing I always tell people is there is no woman, especially, that has gone into marriage that does not want the marriage to work. That's the first thing. Everybody goes with an intention to make things work. But what happens when you get in and it is not working? We're all human beings. We try many things to make things work, especially the woman. No woman really wants to go out of her relationship. None.
Hmm.
But when things begin to happen and it goes beyond our control, what do you do? In my first experience of 9 years, we had problem with infertility. And for a while, we went to hospital and did some tests. And then I, being a medical personnel, I decided to just stop being anxious about it. And then we had this family friend that himself and the wife went to do IVF and it was successful.
Hmm.
And because we're close, he chose to open up to us and say, oh, I did IVF and it was successful and my wife is pregnant and all of that. And do you know what? He offered to pay for us
Wow.
because he was
That
a
is
very good
favor.
friend. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
He offered. In fact, he took us to the hospital in Lagos where he did it. But do you know that
Wow.
my partner, I was begging him for us to go and do. He refused. Right in front of the hospital, at the end of Adeniro Science, that was where the hospital was at that time. He
Wow.
refused. I begged him. The friend begged him. I said, see, it's not going to cost you anything.
I'm
Let
paying the bill. I put the
I'm
bills.
paying the bill.
And yet
See
you
my wife.
refuse.
Man, he refused.
Because it's
He
probably,
refused.
maybe it's his ego, maybe because it's not the one paying. It could be anything. Hmm.
It could be, but then not being considerate of the other
I know
person.
there's no empathy anywhere in that picture.
So when that happened, and then he had a call. God actually called him. And I know God called him. But
Wow.
also I knew where he missed it. And I told him, I said, you have left the location of your primary assignment.
Hmm.
But he would not listen because he was deceived by a senior prophet.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, what God kept telling me is that this is a junior prophet that is being deceived by an older prophet. I said, that's the scripture that kept coming to my head. But he would not listen. In fact, he almost lost his life in the process. This is probably the very first time I'm sharing this story.
Hmm.
Because when I noticed what could happen to him, because I saw it, I had to call up some of his friends and we formed a prayer squad. And that was what God used to save his life. And
Hmm.
then he came back to his senses and begged. And we continued again. In that period, my father, I don't know what he had seen, started telling me I should leave. I'm a
Leave the
very
marriage.
bold person. Yes, I'm a very bold person. And I told my father, I said, you cannot tell me to leave because I know I did not marry out of God's will. I said,
Hmm.
sir, I know you love me, but God is my creator. I will rather follow God. Ma, I was there for 9 years. I left when I had the peace to leave. And I left without fighting.
Hmm.
I left when I was sure that everything I should do as a human being, I have
You've
done.
done.
So I left. No fight, nothing.
Having
In
done all
fact,
to
for me,
stand, stand.
yes, ma. For me to leave, I paid the rent of the place where we were living. I paid the next year rent.
Hmm.
I have two cars. I converted one to his name and I took one. I didn't carry load. I simply carried my books and my clothes and I left with my peace. And so a few people reached out to me. In fact, ministers reached out to me. And I remember I told two of them then, that was 2002, that, sir, my case is not general counseling.
Thank you.
You will need to speak to God, whatever He
It's
tells you
different
about
stroke for
me.
different folks.
Yes, I said, whatever God tells you about me, then we can sit down to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, God, what God has joined together, no man should put asunder. I said, sir, God Himself puts this asunder.
Because it's not God that joined it together.
I said,
Your
whatever the
emotions, your
to
desperation,
leave.
wanting to leave.
So I left. And that was my experience. That was my first experience. And that was 9 years. And by the time I left, of course, my father was just like looking at me. I just said, sir, I have left.
Hmm.
And because it came back to what he was warning about. I was listening to a man of God online yesterday, and he was talking. He said, there's no sin if your wife earns more than you. It's not a sin. He
Mm-mm.
said, but make sure that she is not paying your bills.
That sounds like a paradox, you know.
Yes, he said because she already has 3 children to take care of. You are not her child.
So you take care of
She's not
yourself. Let
supposed
her
to.
take care of.
Yeah. Now, whatever amount she has, make sure she's not the one paying your bills. And I saw a lot of sense in that, which maybe many men did not realize, or maybe we all need to realize it now. And so after that experience, I had a relationship that I saw that early by myself.
Hmm.
And then I think about 4 years after that first one, I entered into the second one intentionally because I also heard God.
Hmm.
And this time,
Hmm.
what God told him is if you want to be safe, go and look for her. It took him over 2, 3 years to even locate where I was. We knew each other when we were much younger. And so I prayed, he prayed, and we started. And for me, marriage for me has become like an assignment.
Hmm.
It's not just because of I want to
I'm
be
in love.
married.
I want to have sex. I'm in love.
No, it's more than that. For me, it's a direction. Because I have a call. So I'm an apostle in the marketplace. So I know my primary assignment, which is where you met me.
Yeah.
So I've been into wellness for 26 years. And that's what I still do because God told me to do that. So he came in and we came together. We spent 12 years together. And I had a child, a beautiful girl for him in the 5th year of the marriage. Now, what happened? He happens to be on the big side. So with obesity, he refused to manage the weight. Everything I stand for was what he did not like.
Exactly. He was
He
giving
wasn't
the
ready to
opposite.
do. So one day I said, look, this case is like the daughter of a pastor that is a prostitute.
Yeah.
I said, how can the
God
father
forbid.
continue to preach
Ah,
when the daughter is
it's
a prostitute?
prostituting. Hmm.
The location where we live, I could not preach my wellness message. Two of his friends and even a bishop faced me and said, Mama Onogurua, if what you are preaching is right, this person shouldn't be like this.
Physician, heal yourself.
And I said, sir, you are very right. It's true. And when I put it to him that, look, this is what is happening, he said, don't mind them.
It's
So I just
addiction.
kept
It's
quiet.
addicted to obesity. It's
All
addiction.
the foods I don't eat.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember
an
that I
addict.
came to your house and opened your freezer. And I was telling you, I said, ma, we will remove this.
Yes.
remove things.
You were
We
removing
remove.
everything in my freezer. I
And
remember.
then we went to Mokola Market together.
To go and
And I told
buy.
her this is where we can buy guinea fowl, buy
Yes.
local chicken.
Yes.
I mean, if I am doing that to outsiders, I don't buy all those things. You won't find it in my house.
Yeah.
I've stopped eating cow meat, goat meat for over 25 years. I don't eat them, and I'm better off and healthier. And then I don't cook those things, and the person I'm living with will carry plates.
And pack all the, even if it's one or two, you know what I mean? Cheat day with extra calories.
And go and buy it outside. And I was seeing all of that because I would see when he would tell them to put the plate in his car. And one day I said, he's older than me with over 7 years. So one day I said, is it possible for me to now take a cane and start beating an adult?
It's not possible. That's abuse.
You don't like yourself because, man, it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
If you know that this thing will harm you, why are you doing it?
It's addiction. Sorry. It's addiction.
There's a gym. We live close to the stadium, and we have a gym right inside the stadium. I was paying every month for VIP subscription for the two of us. At a point, the owner of the gym had to call me and say, Mommy, don't pay for him again. Anytime he shows up, we will give him service. Just be paying for yourself because I was the only one showing up. It was so funny. One morning, he dressed up for work. And the way I saw him, I'm a medical person. The way I saw him, I knew something was wrong with his body. He didn't know, he didn't feel it. I said, please do me a favor. Go straight to the hospital before you go to work and
check
do your blood sugar
sugar
test.
Yeah.
And tell me from there what is the result. Ma, his blood sugar was over 300 instead of 100.
Wow.
So the doctor just said, go home and pack your bags and come for admission. I mean, that was the day we would have probably gone into diabetic coma.
Yeah.
So he just came back home and I said, are you not going to work again? He said the doctor said he should go and bring his bag and come on admission. With the level of that sugar in the blood, he was placed on soluble insulin 1 hourly for the first 48 hours.
Wow.
To
bring it down.
The sugar down. I mean, my head was spinning. That's a lot of money, and I paid the bills without complaint. And I said, why should it be difficult for somebody to do what will benefit your own body?
Stubbornness is witchcraft.
Okay. So my business was doing good. We travel on holidays, we live well. I mean, and I said, you have a job, good, but the job is not paying your bills. What else can you do to earn an extra stream of income? Whatever he suggests, I will sponsor the training for him to do. He will not. He will not start. He will not do. And so at a point, after I had my daughter, it was not forthcoming, no contribution, no housekeeping, nothing. I wouldn't even bother. But then with high blood pressure,
sure,
there's always a cycle.
Yeah.
And I try to explain that. I said, once your blood pressure is high, you will be placed on antihypertensive drugs. Once you're on antihypertensive drugs, there will be low libido and no erection.
Yes, that's the side effect.
It's a cycle. So what you can do for yourself is to take care of yourself so that you can avoid the high blood pressure and so that they can reduce the dosage of the medication and gradually the erection can come back. No matter how much of this I explained, he was not understanding, he was not listening. So how do you continue to stay in a marriage where there's no shared responsibilities, yet he was adding more to the expenditure? It was very discouraging.
Yeah.
And the worst part was the day I turned 50. I wanted to have a party, but by inspiration, I had a check in my spirit not to throw any party. But whatever happens, we'll still cook a little in the house. Whoever remembers will come and they will eat.
And
Ma,
go.
he did not even give me a gift. That was my 50th birthday. That was the day I took a decision that I was going to leave the marriage. I mean, that was the peak. If all I'm doing is giving of myself, my time, it was sacrifice for me to leave every business I was in Lagos and move to Ijebode for 12 years.
Wow.
I had to be going to Lagos every week to keep my business alive.
Wow.
A lot of people that we do business together never knew that I was not even living in Lagos.
Lagos. Wow.
They didn't know. So if I had stayed there, I would have lost my income and it would have been so frustrating.
Very,
So
very.
what I tell women today is no matter what happens, keep building your capacity.
Build your career, build
Marry,
your vision.
yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Before you marry, know what you want and
Mm.
share what you want with him. If he's not going to support you, you will know from them. And when you are inside, don't stop growing.
Mm.
Make sure you are growing. Make sure you are building capacity. If you are experiencing what you don't like, ensure that you are building capacity so that you can take decisions.
Mm.
It's all about taking decisions. Many women remain in abusive relationships because they don't build their capacity. They can't afford to rent a house. They can't
It
afford
takes
to
the
pay their
building of
school
capacity to cut yourself off
to be
from
able to take,
any form of,
yes,
tear
ma'am.
yourself apart from any form of
Yes,
abuse.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So there's no point talking or rambling about it. No. Simply go inside you and build capacity.
Yeah.
So for me, before I left, I had done my therapy because I had to forgive myself, I had to forgive him. And that's what helped me. So for almost 2 years before I left, I was planning to leave. So I did therapy, I took charge of my emotions, I restored my peace.
Yeah.
So by the time I was leaving, I had left emotionally, I had left psychologically. It was just my body that was still there. So I planned my exit. So I always encourage women. I said, you did not plan for the marriage to go bad. But once you are experiencing
Plan
that bad
it.
part,
Plan your exit.
plan
So that's
your
why you need
exit,
to sit down with a therapist.
maintain your peace. Yes, ma'am. So the therapy is very important. I did that because that was the way I could avoid depression. It was very,
Thank you.
very depressing.
Because the truth
I was
is,
able to
you've
avoid
had one
depression.
marriage, it didn't work. You've had the second one, straight to depression. It's like
Yeah.
something is really wrong with me. And sincerely, nothing is, well, something is wrong. That's why you could attract yourself to such a person. But the truth is, after putting a lot of effort and everything, and it's still not appreciated and validated, what is the point? But the issue of therapy is very important because that's your safe place, that's your landing place, that is your venting place, that's your dumping ground, that is your incinerator. A therapist becomes your dumping ground.
Yeah.
I need to emphasize that because a lot of people will just say, I'm gone, let it be. The truth is, your body marks, keep the scores. Your body
Yeah.
keep the scores of anything that happens to you emotionally. If you are not careful, when you go into depression, is the way your body is telling you. You are whipping through the skin, through your body. You can be having headache. It could be anything. But when you're in therapy, okay, one of my clients told me today, she said, Ma, she just packed her things and left her husband, and they have only one child. She now said she had a dream that her husband said her mother wanted to kill the only daughter. I said she should shut up. It's witchcraft, it's manipulation. Now, if she was not in therapy, she would have been able to manage that thought. She said she has been sick, oh, she's been treating malaria, taking antibiotics, and she now said, I want to be strong so that I can do a 100-day fast. I said, don't do any fast. I've been there. There's nothing. There's no devil. It's just manipulation. It's witchcraft. Forget it. And that was how she started living again. Imagine if she had to carry that burden alone, there's nothing she
Yeah.
would do. So the issue of therapy, I need to emphasize it. People assume, when there's a problem, okay, after 1 week, you can't be over it.
No, no. It's a process, man. It's
Yeah,
like you have lost somebody to death.
exactly.
Every separation
It's
is,
a loss
if
to
you
death.
have to go through separation, it's a loss of a person.
Yeah.
You have to grieve. You have to
Grieve
go
the
through that.
person, grieve
I
the
mean, it's
loss.
a grief. Yes, it's a loss. So there has to be a way you will manage your emotions,
Hmm.
so that at the end of it, you are not losing your mind.
Hmm. And it's
You
easy
are
to
not
lose
losing
your
your
mind
mind.
in that space.
Very,
Very,
very easy,
very
man.
easy. Yeah.
Very easy. I know for him, he assumed that at 50, she cannot go anywhere,
Or as a Christian, don't say at 50 alone.
which is an error.
As a Christian, that, oh, she's a child of God.
Mm,
That's the mistake a lot of them made.
mm.
When you are dying somewhere and you are losing it, and you can't find yourself, you are living somebody else's script. And it's not that there's an effort. I started something, I started do compatibility, I started doing compatibility assessment tests, letting people know whether you are compatible even before going into
That's
marriage at
all.
all. And premarital counseling, postmarital counseling. This person in question, they are not ready to do anything. You are making effort, they are not. There's someone that refused to take medication and even watches or his diet. Is it the one that will not sit before a therapist or a counselor? I mean,
He didn't
to
even see the need for it.
no, it's insight. What it is insight that changes people. They don't have insight. Such people, they don't have insight. They will never
For
say
over
I'm
two
wrong.
years, I was saying, we need to sit down and talk.
You won't
And one
talk.
day he said, don't threaten me. I said, no, I don't threaten. I take decision and I move. I said that once I take the decision, I don't sit down to talk.
Because the decision was not made suddenly. It wasn't an impromptu decision.
I said, I don't sit down to talk. If I take my decision, I don't sit down again to talk. And I didn't tell to anybody. But I have a brother-in-law that we prayed together. I didn't tell him anything. God spoke to him in Lagos. Then he called me and said, what's happening? What are you going through? He was the only one I had to open up to and spoke to him till I left. So even after I left, that was now reporting to some other people. The people I respect, when they call me, I'm forced to explain to them what happened. And many of them, nobody could say, go back. If I one elderly man over 80 said, so you are going through all of that.
And you are still
I said,
sane.
yes, sir. He said, I can only be praying for you. So I had to call him back. I said, stop talking to people about me. If I'm forced to speak to them, they will lose respect for you.
And they will intentionally smear campaign you because they keep spoiling you everywhere. They don't know that people that are reasonable and intelligent, that can sit down to think, they would have said, look at this person's life, look at everything that surrounds him. Something must be wrong somewhere. But it's not everybody that will sleep and put their head on the same place. No. So even if it's spoiling you and destroying your image, there are some reasonable people that will say, come, let's think it
Yeah.
deeper. Yeah.
One of those such people, he was 82 at that time. By the time he called me and I spoke, he said, how many years did you say? I said 12. He said, if you are my daughter, I will have removed you by the second year.
Can you imagine? And you
That's
spent
not the
12
process.
years, over
I
a
spent 12
decade.
years. I
Wow.
said, so I tried now.
Yes,
God
you did.
knows I tried. And I moved without any fight, without anything. I don't fight, I don't talk. In fact, I rented an apartment for him and furnished it,
Wow.
and then I moved my own.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings, no hurt. I would just move on. Unfortunately, he's dead now.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he's dead now. Yeah. He fell ill because it was the scenario that I played for him. I told him, I said, if you continue on this path of unhealthy habits,
Lifestyle.
it's going to result in sickness and in early death. I said it to him as a warning. I painted the picture. I said, so if you're on admission now, I'll still come and sit down and be nursing you. I said, why? This is something that we can prevent.
Avoid.
Ma, It was after I left him that I started talking to men.
Hmm.
Because a lot of men don't even listen to the wife they are married to. A lot of men don't care about their health.
Hmm.
And it became a passion for me. So today I run Men's Vitality Hub where we just educate men. Yes, the stress is becoming, is increasing by the day.
Yeah, the
Some of
financial
them
pressure and
have to
everything.
sit down and learn how to manage stress naturally. Everybody has to. There's
Definitely.
no country that is stressless now.
At
No
all.
matter where you are in the world, there
Hmm.
is stress.
Is it
So
abroad or
how do you
above?
now design your life so that you will manage the stress and avoid the complications?
Hmm.
So that's where we resolved to. So
Now,
I had to leave
yeah,
my
after
place.
his death, now proud to the death
I've
picture.
left. No, I've divorced before the death.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
I've left him for almost 5 years before the death. I left. I did proper divorce. I left completely. Of course, he married another person before he died.
So after you had left for 5 years, you married another person. Wow.
Yeah, he married another person who nursed him till he died. So I wasn't involved in that. I wasn't involved in that. But that was what I spoke to him about, that can likely happen. We see it all around. It's your
It's not even
habits
rocket
today.
science. Yeah.
It's a compounding effect. It's a compounding effect. So your habits today will lead you somewhere. The question is that where you want to be?
Or is that where it should lead you to?
That's it. So that's why everybody has to accept responsibility. So when we say avoid this, avoid that, sleep well, exercise, drink water, it's because everything will result somewhere. Everything will result somewhere.
And
So
the
I'm very
Bible,
happy
God
when you said you
promised us
tuned
long
in
life.
today. Oh.
God, you
Eh?
said?
I'm happy when I heard you say you swam today.
Oh yeah, I do 4 5 times a week, back to back. Back.
Beautiful.
I can't compromise it. The devil that will
Beautiful.
stop me from doing exercise is not yet
It's not God.
manufactured.
It's not God. It's not God.
It's
That's
not
it.
yet manufactured. Because
That's it.
because of the kind I work a lot. I do.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have too much
Yes, I
energy
get
and
that.
I work a lot. So sometimes it's in the pool I receive inspiration. My head is
Yes,
clear.
ma'am.
I can always be
Yes,
creative, be
ma'am.
dynamic. It is for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
now my health. I can do a long stroke and I'm not palpitating. I
Yeah.
can walk up the stairs. I'm not feeling no, I'm just healthy. Now, I tell people that if accident does not kill you, witches does not kill you, wizard does not kill you, is it food that should
Why do
kill
you
you?
want to kill yourself
Is
here?
it food that should
That's
kill
it.
you? we
That's
should
it.
we should not
That's
just
it.
it's not about people think to live healthily is to be expensive. You don't have to be expensive to live a healthy
No.
lifestyle. Just watch what goes into your mouth. That's just
Yes.
it. Now
And
in
one
my
thing
house
is
you
you
cannot
gotta
find
stay
sugar.
fine.
You cannot find sugar. No sugar. Yesterday when we went shopping, they said, "Hey, mommy," I said, "Buy sugar." Me, I'm no sugar in this house. I don't even take honey. There's nothing. I've changed my lifestyle
Thank
that
God.
I'm happy at
Yeah.
62. The way I'm feeling, I'm feeling
Yeah.
myself. I'm feeling my energy. The reason is, like a few days ago, last week I was at the pool and they brought one woman on a wheelchair, trying to let her now do exercise in the pool.
In the
I
pool.
remember today
Yeah.
somebody was telling an elderly woman like me that came to swim. The person said, "Ma, by the time you are 80, you will appreciate this training," because they're just teaching her how to swim. She said, "By the time you are 80, you'll be jumping everywhere with other young ones." That was what the coach was telling the woman. What we're saying in essence is your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Life is personal.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
make your choice makes you. You are the product
Yeah.
of your choices. Now we're talking about physical wellness. What about emotional wellness? You were
Yeah.
jilted, you were heartbroken. The first child you had it to another man, a second one another man, the third one is breaking your heart. You know that you have a foundational problem. When you go to a therapist, they help you to trace the root of your problem and nip
Yeah.
it on the bud. That's the essence of therapy. You have somewhere to go, somebody that understands you, that will be able to help you to look at your life outside you, because people don't see themselves. What now? A guy came to me yesterday for therapy. This man is 39, no woman, no relationship. He now told me, say, ma, somebody had to pay for the consultation for him to come. That I was becoming suicidal. By the time we spoke, I said, sir, a good doctor, you know what you did? Let's just talk about compatibility that I've been talking about. It's the same thing with medicine. It's like you are sick, normal sickness. You go to the chemist, you get analgesic. If it's not going, the symptoms persist, you go to your hospital. The normal thing, family hospital, they'll give injection, they'll give you probably antibiotics and whatever, whatever. If the symptom persists, any doctor you go to next, you will see this kind of paper that is marked with different colors. They'll pull it from their drawer. You know, what they are doing is that they are giving you, they are taking blood culture, urine test, saliva test, physics test. You will now take the result, the sample, the sheet of paper to the lab, to the laboratory, which is the lab technicians. They will bill you. You will pay. They will take some samples from you. Go and check the root of what exactly is going or is wrong with you. After doing that, then when the result is out, they will treat you. That's what I do now. I don't even strain myself to do premarital counseling, postmarital counseling. The moment people are having problems, God just gave me that word. When you are getting married, they will tell you to go and do genotype test. You will do your blood group. You will do HIV test. What about compatibility test? Marriage is soulish. Marriage is not spiritual. Marriage is emotion, it's psychological. There's no spirituality in marriage. When you are not compatible, you are not connecting from day one, you know you are not connecting and you are struggling. You are there, you are there, you are there. May somebody not kill somebody in the process. You know, by the time the result of the compatibility assess, I told the guy, I said, when the result is out, you won't gamble with treatment. You know that this thing, this is where this is arthritis, this is blood pressure, this is high cholesterol, because you have seen the result of what has come out from the hospital. The same thing with compatibility assessment. The technician is the clinicians are the one that checks your emotional well-being with the person. It is the technician, lab technician, that check for your blood test. So it gives you a sure solution. But by the time you see yourself, I told the man, I said, sir, I'm not doing anything until you do your personality assessment. Let us know where the problem at 39. There's problem somewhere. Not leave the girls that are leaving you or you are leaving, leave them alone. Know you, know yourself. And you out first. Exactly. And that is how to live in these days, because a lot of people are working in ignorance and the level of divorce is crazy. Do you know that in Abuja now, for you to be able to, so for them to be able to hear your case, maybe it's another 10 years, filled up for divorce. Ibadan filled up for divorce. People that are doing divorce, that are going to remote areas and looking for lawyers in some crannies and nooks. It's even expensive. It's very expensive. Hmm. It's very expensive. Wow. So we are saying that be intentional with your soul, with your spirit, and with your body. We are tripartite being. Your soul. Now, some people say I'm spiritual. Spiritual is on the side. When you are born again, your spirit is born again. Your soul is the seat of pain, is the seat of rejection, is the seat of being abandoned. It's still the seat of I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a banker. Yes. So her story and her reality is when she discovered that this person is not going where I'm going, and I've done all I could. I've prayed, I've fasted, I've helped. She said she paid a bill for something that they went to do. She intentionally left a car for him, pay his rent, so that it will look like I'm arrogant. And if anybody wants to say you're arrogant, whatever, that's the truth. Because either wears the shoes, I wear clothes like half metal, whatever. So what? Because you mind your business. You are not wearing my shoes, you don't know where it hurts. And I was telling somebody lately, I was telling the person, I said, if you are the one, you can live with that man, go and live with him for 1 year. And most of somebody that we were
friends together. In fact, we moved to a prayer at the same time. The day he came to see me in Ikeja, we were standing on the road on Okwe. He was trying to appeal to me, and I looked him in the eyes. I said, "Sir, if I'm your junior sister, will you tell me to go back?" He kept quiet.
Can I shock you? I was doing,
Yes, ma'am.
a man came to me to reconcile their home, and the woman said, no, she's done and dusted. So I now called the 6 children. I had a conference call with them. I told them, Daddy want peace, talk to mommy. I've called mommy. Mommy is saying no, blah, blah, blah. 2 of her daughters and 2 of her sons call me behind and say, Ma, if I am, if I am my mommy, I will not marry my daddy.
Hey,
She told me that.
that's a question that my daughter asked me. She was 6 when we moved. So we moved to Ibadan. So she sat down and said, Mommy, you are here, I'm here. Why is my daddy not here? And I explained to her. One day we were driving out, it was just me and her in the car. And she looked at me and said, Mommy, if my daddy has always been like that, why did you marry him?
He saw a drama. She saw a drama. Wow. Imagine. She said, if my daddy was like this, why did you marry him?
So you go on dating sites. I don't told you about dating. Don't worry, I know.
They know, forget that one. The children that we have in this generation, they know what you don't know. And that's why you have to engage in communication with them.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
See, imagine, what will a woman after 6 children?
6. She said she's done. She only came to see me because she honors me, and she just come and say, Ma, please forget. So I mean, the man the man was ready to do everything, but the man is another story. I don't know if the children are here. At the end of the day, I just told the children, I said, don't worry, I know what to do. If daddy wants to change, he can change. If he's the one that walked into therapy like this, probably is ready to change. And I told the daddy, I said, sir, I'm not going to leave your wife in a toxic relationship, and I'm not going to leave you in a toxic relationship. So if the 2 of you are ready, let's go. We can make it work. But if you are not ready, I am not going to, and my hands are off.
6 children. Do you know what it takes to have one child?
You know what you're doing. When she said, if I'm a woman, I cannot marry my father. She said it to me, 2 of them, the girls and the boys said, no, I can't have a friend, even like my dad. The boys were saying it. And the girl said, I can never marry a man like my dad. I just rested my case. I said, don't worry. He said, hey, I've told mommy will see you. I said, when she sees me, I'm not going to put them in toxic relationship. I will insist on compatibility assessment tests. When they go and see their own result, they'll be calm. If anybody is getting married, please, I'm shouting it, I'm screaming it, I'm going to be everywhere with it. Do compatibility assessment test. It will show the result. It will show where you are having conflict. It will show where you're going to resolve it. It will give you peace. Then you treat it. If you go to the hospital and the doctor says, okay, this is malaria parasite, it's not giving you a death certificate. What it's just doing is, go, this is the treatment. And we do therapy to yes, and we treat it, and that will be, yes, you can treat it. So compatibility assessment is not a license. Oh, they want us to divorce. No, it is for us to treat your problem, treat your wounds, deal with what is giving conflict, and several.
We all move forward from there.
Yes, it can be managed. There's no, except there's a personality disorder. That is another long journey. But if the person that even has a personality disorder is willing to work on himself, why not? If not, it can be managed. Wow, we have said a lot. Please, can you just say something about 2 things? Women that are struggling with menopause, menopausal insanity. I don't want to say problem. I did hysterectomy like 15, 20 years ago. So I prayed myself into wellness, not to have this drama of mood swing, wet, whatever, hot flushes, crazy. This because some women thought it's demon. They thought they are possessed. When menopause sets in, I'm going to bring you in to talk about menopause. But let's just do it in the next, we have like maybe 6 or 7 minutes. Let me allow you to talk about menopause.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. The same way a young girl of 9, 10, 12 starts the menstrual cycle, the woman in her 40s or early 50s
Last season it.
will also experience menopause. So the same way the hormones started the menstrual cycle, it will stop in our 40s or early 50s. Sometimes the earlier you start, the earlier menopause also comes.
Hmm.
But what many women don't understand is that because it is hormonal, is the cessation of those hormones that makes you a woman.
Hmm.
So because, yes, that time of life is rounding up, it does not just stop. You know, sometimes when you see a child that is starting, the message can come in October and not come again until December or
Yeah,
January. That's how it
it
starts.
fluctuates.
So when
Yes.
it's stopping, it's the same thing. So it may come in July and not come in August. Then you see it again in September. The journey of the end for the cycle has started. So the body reacts because of the withdrawal of these hormones.
Hmm.
So the hot flashes, the whole place may be cold with an AC.
And you
You'll be
are
feeling
sweating.
hot inside. You'll be sweating. It's one of the reasons. Mood swings can be very bad. And a
Extreme.
lot of men don't even understand what
Yeah.
happens.
Because
So
the wife will
the
be
man wants to
refusing
have
sex
sex.
and everything.
Yes,
So
he wants to have sex, and the one
I
is
say,
saying
I'm
she doesn't even
irritated.
feel like
Yeah.
it at all.
Irritation is
That,
strong.
yes, can happen. Now, all of this, menopause, you because you're seeing different signs and symptoms, you keep going to hospital and complain, and you are being treated for things that has nothing to
To do
do
with
with what
cycle.
is going on in your body.
Oh yeah.
So that is what makes it terrible. Most doctors don't even think along that line that all these troubles can be due to menopause. And that's why women, we must know our
Body,
bodies.
study yourself, know
So
yourself.
a lot of times the vagina becomes dry.
Dry, yeah,
So it becomes difficult to have sex.
yeah,
Even when you think out of a sense of responsibility,
yeah,
you want to oblige the man.
yeah.
It's not even going in, it's just
At
dry.
all.
So you
Terrible.
can get these
Lubricant.
lubricating jellies.
Yeah.
In Forever, we have the aloe vera jelly. It's safe, it's organic, it's pure aloe vera. It helps.
Hmm.
You need to understand your body. You need to, if you have to take your bath before you sleep, to cool yourself down.
You must bath
If
at
you have to
least.
get an inverter fan,
You must have
you
light
can get it.
24/7.
You must have lights so that you won't be sweating when other people are feeling cold.
Hmm.
At that point, you don't have to sleep under your duvet. Use your normal cover clothes, and all of that. And then check your weight, because sometimes it makes some people grow fatter
Yeah.
because of the withdrawal of the hormones. So check your weight, be conscious of it, continue eating healthy,
Healthily. Hmm.
continue your exercises. If all you can do is brisk walk,
Walk.
please do 30 minutes at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Hmm.
All of that, then your mental health must be intact, because it can be very frustrating. Sometimes you just feel like shouting at everybody.
It's
So
1 minute madness.
build a support structure
Yeah.
that can work for you. Check your food, check your water intake, sleep well.
Sometimes when you are struggling with menopausal symptoms, it takes your sleep away. Actually, some people don't really find sleep.
You if you exercise, the sleep will come
Exactly.
because your body is
Yes.
you are tired,
Yeah.
so you will sleep. So if you eat your dinner between 5 and 6, you can take a 30 minutes walk. Then take your bath. It helps you to calm down.
That's
Then you
nice.
can fall asleep. And please stop listening to negative news.
Yes.
It can disturb your sleep also. Get on bed by 9:30. Because by 9:30, your brain secretes the sleep-inducing hormone
Yeah.
that will help you to
So when
block
you
out
fight it, that's where you now sleep, late. Some of us will fight it because of work. Sometimes I say, oh, I want to sleep. The moment I fight it like this, it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
It will go, yes, it will go.
That's it.
So it's good if you walk around that. Once it's 9 now, I'm not functional again.
Because
My
your body is
system
used to
shuts
it.
down.
It is when
Because my body
it's
is
2 a.m. that
and
I'm
when
not.
it's 4:30, I wake up. I don't need alarm. Once it's 4:30, I wake up. So
You've had
you
your
have to,
rest.
you have
Any
to
supplement
monitor
for
your
menopause?
body.
Any
Yes.
supplement?
The
Tell
forever we
women.
have
Me,
we have multi-marker. Yes, we have the forever multi-marker, and we have the forever vitalize for women. Vitalize for women and multi-marker, and then we will of course add the aloe berry nectar because that helps with the urinary tract system. It's been good.
Yes, we had fun. We
Coming all
enjoyed
the way.
ourselves. We just flowed, and people. I'm sure I've been seeing any question in the house. Let me take one or two questions. Do you have any question? Anybody wanting to? Okay, question. I'm waiting for people to. I'm sure when they are not asking questions here, it means that they are all glued. When people are glued, but when they are still, dialoguing, they are glued. Yes, question.
So, ladies, if you are interested in making extra
Money, tell them, oh, send
because
that DM.
a lot can happen.
You can make money. Me, I'm just not wired for networking, but I'm enjoying my aloe vera. So please, I'm enjoying my product. She has encouraged me. Even the lip gloss itself has not given me crack on my lips. I mean, Forever Living Products is an amazing product. And then if you are an older person here, grandma, you need to see her. She will turn you to a 16, sweet 16. She has turned me to sweet 16 at 62.
My 25th year anniversary with Forever.
25th when? I'm sure it's in Abuja.
It's in Abuja. We have the last Saturday in this October.
Oh wow, you've done well.
People coming up with all their traditional attires.
Wow, you've done well. And you know your job. It's not even. I mean, you made me not to eat some rice. You made me to know that there's a father that has no stone. You made me to go and be buying fish. You told me not to eat. Yes, now my fish is different from. No, I've changed. My life has changed. It's not the same. I'm telling you, and I'm proud to say that anytime, any day. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have a choice. No, I don't like sickness. There's something that I cannot handle is sickness. Please help us to mention the hormone supplement again, ma. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The hormonal supplement. Mention it. Send her a DM. Please help me to write her. Help me to write her. Please, can you write? You guys, what are you doing? Help me to write her account, Instagram account. Write it and put it there so I can pin it.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pin her. My it's not she matter. My Olufunke is it she matters? No. Okay. I'll pin your Instagram handle. So if they didn't get it, they can always send you a DM. Please, can you pin her down for me, please?
Okay, that's Vitalize for Women. So I've sent the 3 supplements: aloe berry nectar, multi-marker, Vitalize for Women,
Forever products. Okay, that's her.
I've typed the 3.
I'm going to pin her. I've pinned her. That is her Instagram handle. Feintola Onogoruwa. I've pinned it. So please go and follow her and send her a DM to ask any question. She's done 25 years with Forever Living Products, and she has had success stories. That's our story, that's our reality for today. I want to say a very big thank you to you for coming. It's been wonderful. I'm excited. I'm happy. She didn't hold back. Thank you for not holding back. Thank you for sharing your life. I mean, some will say, I've left two marriages. Like, sure. And she's still a child of God. God loves divorce. He hates divorce, but he loves a divorcee. And the covenant of life is stronger than the covenant of marriage. If you are losing your life there, you are dying there. I'm doing an ad now. Heal, heal, heal. Do therapy. Take care of yourself. I love you, ladies in the house and gentlemen that chose to join. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye, bye, bye for now. Thank